Hello guys and welcome back to another one with us, the Review Bros, and today we're going to be looking at a non-stim pre-workout in the form of Octane by DNA Sports. It's designed to be stacked with their other pre-workout Dynamic, which we've already reviewed, really like that one, but how's this one going to come together as we cover it as a standalone product, going through the taste, the price, the label and the effects. Stay tuned and you'll find out. Now generally we really like DNA Sports, we've reviewed plenty of their products before, red, white, blue, flatline, hate, Dynamic one like I just mentioned, really top tier stuff, so hoping for good things. If you're new on the channel and you do happen to like the review, please do hit that sub button, tick the bell icon, give the video a like, you know, all the usuals, but let's get into this one. Okay, let's get into taste and mixability. It comes in Rocket Pop, Sour Gummy Bear, and the one we've got, grape soda flavour. Little 6-gram scoop, so nothing too crazy to try and mix up. So naturally, mixability is better than average. But how's it going to taste? Nice, not bad. Not bad. It's like a nice sweet grape flavour. Who'd have thought it, eh? Non-offensive, no chemical undertones, no nastiness, no chalkiness. Good grape as grapes go. Let's give it a second sip and I'll give you a score. Very delicate taste, and obviously if you want it to taste stronger, have less water. If you want it to taste weaker, add more water. I've gone for like a happy medium. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's nice, it's relatively non-exciting, but it's extremely doable, and that's the most important thing. You can just get it down your neck, non-offensive, pleasant. 8 out of 10. Let's move on to price. Okay, let's talk price. So how much is it going to be setting you back to pick up Octane? And bearing in mind this is designed to be stacked with another product, which I believe is of a similar price point. But anyway, you'll head over to dnasports.uk, where you can use our 20% discount code reviewbros20, brings the price of this 25 serving tub down to £23.99 or 96p per the serving. And when you put it on our consistent price scale that measures how expensive pre-workouts are from across the world, it comes in at a very, very nice 8.5 out of 10. Bearing in mind 5 out of 10 is a bang average price pre-workout for today's calibre, so priced way better than your average pre-workout. How's it going to come together in the label and the effects? That's the most important part. Stay tuned and we'll get into it. Let's get into the label of Octane pre-workout. So what exactly are we getting here? Now, like I mentioned before, it is designed to be stacked with their other product, Dynamic, and the label may or may not show that in some parts, so just have that in the back of your mind, but obviously we're going to be looking at it as a standalone product for the sake of this review. You know, is it sufficient enough to be used on its own, or does it have to be stacked with their other product for it to be worthwhile? Let's find out together. Now, there is a bit of a discrepancy with the label. On the actual panel itself, it says that the serving amount is 6 grams, but on the side here, under how to take, it says it's 9 grams. Now, obviously, if you do your basic maths and add up the first few ingredients on that panel there, you're going to very quickly realise that 9 grams must be the correct serving amount. So it's just as well that I did notice this enough to use it a couple of times with that 9 gram serving amount, to maximise the usage of it and find out what it's like on a true full serving. So bear that in mind guys, 9 grams is the correct amount. Let's get into the label. So citrulline malate 2 to 1, 3 grams. There's no denying it's a low dose, obviously you're only getting 2 grams pure L-citrulline. Now again, like I keep saying, if you stack it with our product, it's probably going to come together and meet that clinical dose or even go beyond it. But for the sake of this one, 2 grams, it's not going to cut it. We'd like to see a minimum of 4 in most cases, so 2 is half of that obviously. So will it have any effect at 2 grams? Minimal effect, but we won't write off the label there because there is more to it. So that should help with increased nitric oxide levels and therefore vasodilation and pump. Then we move down to betaine anhydrous at 2 grams. Nice dose, normally see 2 to 2.5 grams typically, so that is a respectable dose there. That is a jack of all trades type ingredient. It helps with pumps, power and even some nootropic benefit. Then we move down to nitrosogene, which is a registered form of inositol stabilised arginine silicate at a really nice dose of 1500 milligrams. Now this is a more stable form of L-arginine, which is the L-citrulline is a precursor to L-arginine, and it is more stable in the bloodstream. So it's going to stick around for longer because just normal L-arginine is dissipated very quickly out of the blood. So yeah, it's going to pair up nicely and bolster up that low dose of L-citrulline. So it should actually come together nicely with some synergy there. Then we move down to pine bark extract, 300 milligrams. Not a bad dose. That's going to help again with blood flow health, heart health, vasodilation, all of the stuff we want from this formula. Then we move down to L-norvaline, amino acid, 300 milligrams. Really nice dose. Like, we normally only see 50 to 150 typically. That is an arginase inhibitor. So what that means is that's going to work as a pump extender. So it's going to allow for the L-citrulline and L-arginine to stick around for even longer in your bloodstream, leading to longer lasting, juicier pumps. Then we move down to pink Himalayan salt, 150 milligrams, relatively low-ish dose for that, but we're just glad to see it in here anyway. That's going to help with your pumps and contractions and electrolyte balancing, obviously. Then we move down to estrogen, registered ingredient, 50 milligrams, nice dose, and black pepper extract, 10 milligrams, double what we typically see in terms of that dose. They're going to come together to form a digestive package. So it's going to help get all of these ingredients through you as quickly and efficiently as possible. We really like to see digestive aids in pre-workout. So the fact they've put 2 in here, it doesn't look like they'll be leaving any milligram of ingredient to chance. It's all going to get into your system, fingers crossed. So let's find out how it does actually translate into the real world in the effects section. Okay, effects time of Octane pre-workout, and I've used this several times. Obviously I used it a couple of times on that 6 gram amount before I noticed the 9 gram was the correct amount. I've used it a couple more times since then. I've used it standalone, I've used it with their dynamic pre-workout, which by the way forms an extremely nice package, but we won't be delving into that too much here because this is reviewing this product, but just so you know, it makes a really nice complete pre-workout, so you know, worth looking at. And I've used it with just a standard caffeine anhydrous capsule pill that you take that's got 200 milligrams of caffeine. So, you know, no interference from other pre-workouts, just a caffeine pill and this, and then trained. So I've got a good feel for how this product comes together in real life, and so has Aaron. So let's get into it without any further ado. So all we're really looking at here is pumps. You know, we can't talk about focus, we can't talk about energy, we can't talk about fat burning effect. Obviously you're going to get some endurance benefits from this, from things such as the betaine anhydrous, and just generally what improved blood flow will do for you. It's obviously going to lead to improved endurance and athletic performance. But you know, what we're here for is the nasty pumps. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, I'll say it's a very consistent product, and you are going to want to take it at the 9 grams. So I did notice pretty substantially better pumps when I started taking it at that 9 gram dosage amount. So that's what I'd go for if I were you guys. Now, if you watch our channel quite frequently, you're going to understand that there's a few different types of pumps that you get, and the type that this pre-workout brings is that deep, nasty, contractional, vascular, long-lasting pump, as the label might lead you to believe. You know, it's got a lot of vasodilation, increasing ingredients, and ingredients that are going to make pumps last longer, and ingredients that are going to help aid contraction. You know, that's what I gleaned from the label, and that is what comes together in the real world. So I'll chuck up some pictures in this review anyway, just so you can see how the pumps come together for me personally. Like I said, I took this in these pictures just with a caffeine pill. So it is strictly this pre-workout that's giving me those pumps in terms of the supplement. I mean, obviously diet and training does. But yeah, the pumps were surprisingly good. I was looking at the label thinking, yeah, it's not bad, but the pumps will probably be okay, mediocre. No, they're pretty freaking good. I would honestly say, you know, I'm jumping the gun a little bit here, but I would honestly give pumps like a solid 8 out of 10. Now, when you bear in mind that this is only a 9 gram formula and it's getting an 8 out of 10 for pumps, I think that's fantastic, because most pump formulas, should I say, these days are at least 20 grams, if not heading into the 30 gram realm when it concerns the serving amount, which is just crazy. So the bang for buck in terms of like ingredient dosages or the serving amount versus the impact it brings is extremely good. Now, on that same note, bang for buck, I do think it is extremely well priced for what you get in terms of how it comes together in the real world. You know, an 8.5 out of 10 on our price scale is not to be sniffed at, so I would definitely recommend it to people that are on a bit of a budget and want a relatively straightforward, get the job done pump formula. Now, where the weakness is, where it lost those 2 points for me, and probably for Aaron as well, is you don't get much of that watery type pump, you know, that things like glycerol bring along, you know, that hyperhydration full look. You do to a degree, obviously, but I've had better from other pre-workouts. But then again, it is up against it with that lower serving amount, so what can you expect? But in terms of like a vasodilation, nasty, gruesome contraction pumps, it is up there. It is definitely up there, and it surprised me, genuinely did. So yeah, like I highly recommend this pre-workout, guys. If you're in the market for an affordable, good tasting, non-stimulant pre-workout that can be stacked with other pre-workouts relatively easy, this is the one that I'm going to be recommending to you guys.
Savage pumps in the gym and the bedroom. Wolf pump.
And the good news is if you are in the market for a really fully fleshed out standalone pump formula, then these guys do actually sell one as well called Thank Pump for that, which we reviewed on the channel a couple of months ago, and that got a really, really good score from us as well. You know, so that's its own thing. Whereas like I say, this is stackable. They both have their purpose. They both have their audience. This one surprised me, really good product. Obviously, out of the two, Thank Pump for that is the better pump formula. This one's just a bit more versatile and stackable with other products. So it just depends what your needs are. And I believe this is also cheaper. But yeah, check out that review of that one if you haven't already. Like I said, we really like all of their products. We've not come across one that we don't like yet. They're always well dosed, they're always well thought out, they're always relatively unique. So yeah, guys, keep up the good work over at DNA, and I appreciate you guys for checking in for this review. So I think that does cover everything, guys. The only other thing worth saying is there was no negatives with this product, you know, no struggles with digestion, you know, nothing at all. Absolutely pleasant experience, fantastic pumps, what it is. So yeah, I think that does cover it all, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below on this product. Is it something you would pick up personally? What's your favourite pump formula? And is there anything else that you want to see us review on the channel? Let us know below. And as always, stay pumped.